material. Okay, so status. Let's start. Six. This one should be okay. Same branch. This one fixed localization unit test is failing on some culture. Belgian culture. So this is Zoltan reverting my changes on 19x because apparently it was a breaking change, which I think it might be a breaking change. And I assume, Zoltan, you put it on dev?
That's right, it's on dev. And I also added some notes about that to the release notes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the commit after. Good. Oh, because you created the feature, I assume, on the dev. Okay, so you don't have to do it again. This merge branch dev into feature deployment. Okay. Okay. Dev into okay. Updating Redis driver. This is me on the 19x branch. So I took the latest Redis version. It's non-breaking. This is a different branch. Fixing functional test execution. That's me. Oh yes, crazy thing. Fuck, it took me one day to fix that. So you might remember that the tests were not passing, the spec flow test, functional tests were not passing on the CI server. And they were not passing either on my local machine, but for different reasons. So on the local machine, the reason was that something got broken somehow with lambdas in Visual Studio 2015. Well, not in Visual 2015, because even on the command line it was not passing. I assume with .NET 4.6. So after a lot of work, I found that this was the lambda which was breaking everything. Some weird serialization of a delegate. A different behavior in 4.6 apparently. Maybe Roslyn, maybe the framework, I don't know. I assume Roslyn. But in the end, I just had to extract this lambda to a method. I call it this way.
How did you figure that out?
Yes, and then it passed locally. And then, just also optimize this code. And then there were some issues on the CI itself. What did I fix? Oh yes. Then the issue was that when you run, the other issue on the CI was because of a change I did and that I reverted right there. A change I did which was removing this step, which is building the solution in the solution folder, and actually the spec tests were expecting the binaries to be in the solution folder, and I had changed everything to go on the build folder, so it broke everything. But I reverted that after because it was also causing some other issues with the precompiled thing. So I reverted the change I had done, which was not necessary. So then everything works again, I think, unless Sipke has broken it, because he breaks it all the time. Check 1 second.
No, I got blamed breaking it all the time.
And 50% of the time it's because of because you are the only one to work. If you don't do anything, you can't break it, right?
That's a good point.
And it's passing again in 191, so that's good. And it's breaking here, but I think I know why. I think it's because of the auto route changes that we pull from Jasmin, and it breaks the integration test because some field names might have changed, and the integration tests rely on the field names explicitly. But that should be easy to fix. Then dive into recipes. Who cares? They're working recipes again. The force option to the reset command. Force. Force. What is force doing? I assume it's related to his new feature in the dashboard. If not force. Oh, if disabled. Okay, so force will let you define that, yes, I know it's not disabled. It might be running, but I still want to delete it. This is blah blah. We don't care. Merging pull request, mostly from Thursday. This one is the force thing. This one is fixing an obtrusive validation, I assume. Cleaning up as requested by Jetski and Sébastien Ross. Okay, so this was the last commit, but the change might be actually this one, new reCAPTCHA. Okay, that's a new reCAPTCHA support, reCAPTCHA 2.0 from Google. That's okay. This is adding a new item edit link with this parameter, HTML attributes. This is fixing MySQL statements. I like those changes. He's been doing a bunch of them because he's actually removing the hard-coded kind of SQL and replacing it by the driver agnostic version from an Hibernate, which we should have done since day one, but maybe I didn't know that there was a get drop foreign key constraint string in this driver. Fallback, okay. Gulp script. Spam. CAPTCHA. Tabs. One page feature. I still have to test zip but I will do. I have time, so I will do.
Okay.
Simplified accessing the localizable aspect and elaborated a bit on the hack. Where is hack? It's related to the culture changes.
I can summarize if you want.
Just name change here. New comment. This change doesn't add any value.
Yeah,
so
it's really just the comment. This change is about the comment, and the hack is that if a content type has both auto route part and the localization part, then the other part needs to know this posted value of the selected culture of the other part, and this hack is accessing the requested form value directly. And the comment is an attempt to explain that situation and why it's done the way it is.
Page. Same thing. No, this is just formatting. Always accessible can be added to controllers. Access front-end if you have the attribute. If not, access front-end and you have it at the controller level, you are still access front-end. Okay. Same thing, gulp changes. Wait for him to explain how it works. It's on the dev branch. Work of iTokenizer.
Yeah, we should have that for all shape methods, and it's actually the same for shapes, do shape methods. It was missing here, and if you had the right set of token providers enabled, then that goes then object is post exception.
iTokenizer is dependency. This is a dependency. How can it happen?
Because iTokenizer fetches token providers. The issue is that property shapes contain shape methods, and those are run outside the scope of the current work context.
Gulp. Gulp. Gulp for all. Gulp. Merge 19x in dev. Page.
Yeah, you can no longer get the home page by just getting the content item with the empty alias.
I understand. Actually, why?
Well, we said that there's a dedicated alias record.
Yes, it's still
pointing
empty.
Well, if you try to get the home get by path, well, actually, yeah, you're right. That should still work because it will find that
it's still alias empty. It's just that there is a new one with the full slug. Yeah.
The thing, of course, is that if the home alias points to something else than a content item, then homepage will be no. But that would be the case with line 16 as well. Or
so yeah. Maybe a nice refactoring would be to remove the iHome alias service and go back to the get by path empty.
Yeah, that's simpler. You're right.
So to revert all these changes and still keep the new behavior you made. So yeah, let's see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use the auto route to check for slash branch. Okay. Yeah, this I don't think you need to do because it's in master. Maybe we just need to merge master to the different branches. So this is not necessary. This is the wrong fix actually. change distributed shall I restart to apply to the correct tenant. Ooh. Subscribe message tenant name. Okay.
Oh, Sébastien, regarding that comment you just made, although you're right, still the current view is much cleaner because I removed an entire getByPath local function, and since this view can be overridden in the theme, you would have to copy that code, much more code. So maybe it is better to use just the home alias service, which formalizes accessing the homepage like that.
Or maybe in the current service you might want to say get homepage.
Or that. As an extension, or do you want to update that
you can
interface?
Update, I don't care. Both would work.
Yeah, then I'm gonna leave it as is.
Chef setting scope resolve chef setting. Oh, because they all get the message. Oh crap, so they were all restarted. Interesting. Why is it in dev? It should not be in dev. It's just working on dev branch. Yeah, it's a bug fix. Recipe step. Okay. Daniel Sipke, pooling. Daniel Sipke, Lambic, Chantieri, Daniel Sipke. Sums it up. Okay, good. Paul is not here. Anyone has a demo to do? I have one. Okay, I will do the demo then. So Zoltan will say, we already have that in the...
We already have that in the hosting suite.
In the hosting suite. But we don't have the hosting suite, so I need something. I thought about it after I had done the feature. So tenants command. The idea is that when you have the orchard.exe commands, if you want to run it on a production machine, that's hard. You have to log to the production machine to run something on with the commands. And if you have multi-tenants and multiple tenants, you need to run the same command multiple times. And the main issue with that is it's easy to run the commands on lots of tenants, but if you do like orchard.exe /t for a tenant name like tenant1, and the command like feature list or feature enable foo, you do it also for tenant2. So okay, you easily create a script which can do that on all your tenants. Easy. The issue with that is when you run one command, this is a command line which will actually load all the tenants. Like it will be orchard but as a command line. So it will load all the tenants in memory, enable all the features, and everything will be loaded. Two issues. First, it can take a lot of time to load everything, as much time as your site will need when it starts. And also it will take the same amount of memory as your website, and you might not have that amount of memory. So two issues with that. Third issue is that you need remote access to your machine. So in my case, where I had the issue is, you already know about it, these websites. So these websites in particular, like Bertrand's blog and also Scott. Okay, all these blogs are running on a single machine, running weblogs ASP.NET. Okay, they are all tenants. So it's a single machine, but they are actually Azure websites. There are 4 Azure websites. Each of the Azure websites is hosting around 200 blogs. So it's like a website with 200 blogs, 200 tenants. and I need to update some of the features for all of the blogs, like enable a feature, disable a feature, change some setting, so things like that. And this doesn't scale. So because I'm using, let me show you. It's also a good reminder for you. Because I'm using, I will do it here. Azure Web Blogs. Sorry, Azure Web Apps. There is a special console you can access. So this is the Kudu console. You see, whenever you have the website, Azure website, you do .scm, and you have access to a special website which lets you browse files, see all the processes of your web app, and also which gives you a nice DOS command to run some commands like dir and everything. So from here, you could go to the site, root, bin, and start Ocean, okay, and run all the commands like this. So that's nice for if you have just one website, but if you have multi-tenant, that's completely unusable because of the reasons I just enumerated before. So what I did is I did a new feature in the multi-tenant module. So if I go to the main tenant, to the default tenant, and I authenticate, I don't understand your commands. I think I understand, but I'm not sure. So this one. So I'm connecting to this default tenant. There are actually 100 tenants on this website. IS blogs. Maybe you don't know about IS blogs. IS blogs. This is a new one we set up recently. Okay, same thing as weblogs.sp.net for IS bloggers. So here now in tenants there is a commands screen which lists all the tenants, okay, and where you can run a command like feature list, and when you run it, oh, it's weird, it should update that, but you see it's running everywhere, and you can cancel that. That's weird. And then you can see the result of the command directly, and you saw how fast it was. So it's fast for two reasons, because it's using the existing shell context that have been initialized in this web app. So it doesn't have to reload everything and to take more memory. It's just using the tenants directly. And that's the two reasons actually in one shot. It doesn't have to load anything, and it's running inside the tenant itself like a new request. So it's much faster. It's like a local call. So that's very, very interesting. And you can do feature list, and you can, let's say, disable a feature or whatever you can do with the command. Enable some authentication, create users. Like you could create users for all of the tenants. And what you can do also, which is interesting, you could say, let's say user create, and you want to create a user named admin and the name of the tenant. You can do that because it's tokenizable. So if there was a token to get the tenant name, you could do that. But tokens are supported, and they run in the context of the site. So you have like site, homepage if you want, something like that. So you get the idea. You can use tokens inside the commands, and each command will run with the token of the tenant. So that's very useful if you have a multi-tenant, and I'm sure it's much better in hosting suite. But
which branch is this?
This is just on my local repository right now because I'm working on that and making it better. You saw there was a bug. it was not showing the remaining tenants. We might want to be able to specify the name of the tenant we want to run on, but I'm not sure. At least we have that, because when you do things like this, you want to apply on all the tenants but the default tenant. You see, this one is usually skipped. I should not even display it because you don't want to run it on the default tenant. Maybe
Is
there
there a
should
way
be...
to execute a command on a specific tenant? This will always execute a command.
Yeah, that's what I just talked about. Maybe an option will be to list the tenant you want to select, like type the names or check things or drag and drop, I don't know. Add, remove, check, uncheck, maybe. Like a checkbox. Or radio buttons, I don't know. I'm hesitating between checkboxes and radio button. You will tell me what to choose. Yeah, maybe checkboxes to list to select what you want, and a select all to select everything. That might be useful. Also, you see it's not really nice here. It's just an expand, and you have the result. Maybe some tabs will be better, so you just click on the tab and you have the result on the right with the full thing, like left tabs. I'm not sure. Top tabs, I don't know. If you have ideas, it can be improved, but at least if you have the feature, then we can improve the UI if necessary.
Yeah, maybe it would be cool to have like Kudu, where you have an actual interactive console per tenant, and then a global command line where you execute on all, or you now you also want to be able to execute it on a selection of tenants, of course. Interesting.
So yeah, so that's the demo, and if you have multi tenants, that's very useful. Even for setting up the tenants, because now you can, from the main tenant, create all call all the setups. You can also run recipes. So if you want to do stuff that is more than a simple command, and you want to create data on all of your sites, even data with specialized data for each tenant using tokens, you can also run a recipe, because there is a command to run a recipe, which can itself contain commands. So if you have many commands to run, you can create a recipe with all these commands and just run the recipe directly from the command line. You have to give the recipe name, and so put the recipe inside the website first, but I don't think there's a way to pass a string as a recipe, but at least you have this solution. So good. I will put it in dev. Questions? Nope. It needs a tokenizable input. Why do you say that, Antoine? I said it was already tokenizable. Oh, you mean the input here? I can't. Because the tokens that will, I could say it's tokenizable, but the tokens that will appear here are the ones from default, which might not be the ones that you can actually use in the specific tenant. So yeah, it will not hurt, but you might be misled by the list. Most of the list will be accurate on the tenant, but you will not see everything from the tenant. So yeah, maybe we should still have it. Maybe I will do it, at least. For the simple stuff like sites, something, or settings, it might help. Okay. No more demos? Fine. That, I don't want to break it. Next. Harvest. Zoltan, where is the website?
It's actually in two places at least. It's on my hard drive and it's also in the repository. It's redundant.
What are you waiting for? We have the date now. Oh yes, we have the date. So it's official now. Okay, right, Sergio? We don't.
And
I
it's
don't
a new
think.
one.
What? Well, new for who?
Yeah, new for probably everybody here.
No, we talked about it.
You already mentioned it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was sleeping.
So the status for Harvest, multiple things to update. We have the location, we have the date, we don't have a website, food. How do you say it?
Sébastien, At least for me, your voice is getting low on every second.
Okay, sorry. Is it just Sultan or everyone?
Same me.
No, same for me.
Back.
Same for me.
Okay. Let me replug my microphone. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Can you hear me?
No, it's okay.
Now it's fine now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, weird. I just unplugged my microphone and replugged. Okay. I didn't expect that to work. What's the word for hébergement? Bertrand. Fuck. Bertrand.
Yeah, hosting.
Hosting? For hotel, you say that? No.
Oh, hébergement. You got me. Hébergement.
Accommodation.
Accommodation? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the word. Accommodation. Hosting works too, but not, yeah. Accommodation.
Should that be a double M?
Well, it will tell me, you see? 2 M's. Thank you. So location. So this is Alicante, Spain. And it will be at the hotel Melia. That's it, Sergio, I think. Melia. Okay, this one, $236. That's what it says. It will be cheaper actually. So here, in front of the sea, nice, isn't it? Like Santa Monica, closer to the sea than Santa Monica. Crazy. And for those who don't know Spain, it's here. This is Europe. Okay. So that will be warm. Even in October, it will be nice weather. Unless we are not lucky, but it should be, let's say it's the same climate as Los Angeles, Santa Monica. Okay, so even in October, it will be warm. Like in the 20-25 Celsius, which will be in the 70s Fahrenheit. So that will be nice. We have prices for that. Dates, this will be October 5 and 6, Monday, Tuesday. And the dates are reserved for us. We just need to pay now, but it's fine. The website, Zoltan is working on that because he was waiting for the official dates, locations, and also hotel accommodation, sorry, and everything. Accommodation, we have some preferred price for this hotel and also 3 other ones that Sergio has negotiated. They all have limits in terms of number of rooms, but I assume all the prices, all the price ranges should be covered. I think in Melia the room will be around 160, 170. Sergio will tell us. Oh, okay. I didn't know that Antoine was working on that. So what will be the price, Sergio, for the Melia hotel? I don't remember. I know it was cheaper than what we see because it's October. But yeah, that should be it. Everything is in euro. The food is kind of an open question. So Sergio was working on so the food. There are 2 things for the food. There is the meeting food, breakfast.
Sorry, Sébastien, again, your voice is very low.
1 second. Is it better now?
Yeah, usually it's better, and then sometimes for 1 second we lose you, and then you're back again.
Okay. Oh, that's cheap. You see, double. Oh well, that's not the same hotel. Maybe this is Melia. Is it Melia, Sergio? Double with breakfast 110 and simple with breakfast 97. Okay, so the Melia, you see, on site 100 euros for the room. So meeting, food, breakfast, snack, and we have also the dinner slash party. Usually it's a sponsor who organizes that, but we might want to hear from you about what you think. So this has to be defined. We haven't ordered anything yet. But I assume every year you like when we have the breakfast and also the snack in the afternoon, coffee, drinks. So I think you will want the same. Actually, I think it's good. And for the Monday dinner, which we have usually, so Sergio was starting to look at some fancy places, like formal dinner. And I said that based on what we did the previous years, it should be less fancy and fancy is not the good word. Formal, less formal. So as a reminder, in Santa Monica, we were in a kind of bar with small sandwiches, chips, guacamole, and things like that, and 2 drinks, I think, per person. In Amsterdam, it was a beer. How do you say that? Beer garden? A bar with just beers, lots of beers, and we had chicken and fries at tables, big tables, different tables, and we could move across tables and eat and drink. In Redmond, it was in a restaurant on the campus, where it was like a buffet, and you had mini sandwiches and lots of small stuff to eat and drinks you could ask when you wanted. So I think it was it's a nice way to do that. So being not formal, like on a big table, so we can move, talk, it's noisy, that's fine. We eat when we want, we drink when we want, we can join or leave the dinner when we want. So I think we should go for something like this. If you agree or disagree, just tell me.
In my personal opinion, the one in Amsterdam was the best. But the advantage of such buffets is that you get to walk around and meet the other people. Zero, probably, but that would be better.
I liked all of them. All of them were nice. Whatever we did, or whatever Ilan found was nice. I think. So you said you prefer the Amsterdam one. Not everyone in the meeting has been at all of them. Some of you. Sipke, Antoine, Bertrand, Benedek, Zoltan, Jeff, I don't think so. I think you just came. I don't. Yes, just in Amsterdam, I think. Yep, that's it. Yeah, una cerveza, por favor. Yeah, a beer, please. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. But you are also part of the discussion, so that's how it will be. And it's also cheaper. And in the end, the attendees pay for it. Unless if it's sponsored, which means we don't care about cheap, but it has to be not organized. You can come and leave and move. Okay, good. Accommodation, we talked about it. We have a few hotel lists with preferred prices. That should cover everyone. That's good, and you are still free to go anywhere you want, but having cheaper prices is always better, and choice is always good. So that's the current status. So I assume you can already book your flights. We have the budget, we have the place it's reserved for us. So we just need the website to make it more efficient and to open the registrations. But you have the dates, so you can already plan for it. Ask permission to your bosses to pay for it. Any questions? Am I missing something? What is the price for the ticket? We haven't decided, but it should be around what we asked for the previous ones. As a reminder, $100 for the 2 days. I think we went to 150 last 2 years ago for Amsterdam because it was 3 days. So I think we should go this way, around $100. I have some opinions about the price. We should not make it too cheap because usually it's the cheapest line on your budget. Meaning, if you go 2 or let's say 3 nights, you have, let's say, 300 for the hotel. You will have, let's say, 300 for the flight, but the ticket itself, which pays us actually for the actual meeting, which is where we get the money, is then 5 times cheaper than what you pay for the rest. So if we make it 100 or 150 for you, the difference is nothing. Okay, but for us, it's 50% more in terms of budget from the audience. So that's the reasoning behind. But at the same time, the cheapest, the better. There will be, as usual, an early access price and a non-early access price. We'll do the call for sessions and presenters. You can already think about if you want to present, because we'll do a form where you can submit your talks. Sébastien is good at explaining things like in a kindergarten. What do you mean? No, I'm just to be clear.
No, it was good.
I'm trying to explain the reasoning behind, because we just thought about it last year or in Amsterdam because it was more expensive, and in Amsterdam an hotel room was like 200 euros. So it was, and yeah. Oh yes, I've never been to Spain. So yeah, Spain is nice. Alicante is nice too. The language, I think, is a problem, like in every Latin country, Spain, France, Italy. People don't speak English. People don't speak English. So if you go to the hotel, that's fine. People will speak English. But outside, in the restaurants, for instance, I don't think they speak English very well. Alicante might be different because it's very touristic, but English is an issue. Yeah, come with a good Spanish dictionary, maybe. Barcelona is worse, they don't speak Spanish either. Okay, yeah, that's a nice joke, yeah. They will speak Catalan. Oh, Gustavo, are you from Spain? Uruguay, same thing. On the other side of the ocean, but okay. You speak the same, that's fine. Yeah, so we'll see. Other questions? Did I miss any question? Or didn't I answer any question? Jasmin, you missed the call for demos. Did you want to show a demo of the admin theme? If there are any progress? Okay. Answering Antoine's question about the contest, I don't know. We have to talk between the organizers, whoever are part of the organizer. Oh, I have a question. Well, if we do a contest, in the end, Zoltan will win. Lombik will win, so I'm not sure. And they are part of the organization, so that will be weird for them to win.
Yes, but we would definitely win. Even if we wouldn't, we are the organizers, part of the organizers, so we would make sure to win.
Maybe something we could do is give some recognition to committers, or not committers, contributors.
Like Person did last year.
We did last year?
I think, and maybe the year before as well. I think it was
remember.
part of Bertrand's talk.
I was thinking, yes, but just
Yes.
mention, I was thinking about something concrete like a medal or a hat or a shirt, something like this to. Like when you have a World Cup, you have the stars on your shirt. You could have, I have 2 stars because I'm a 2-year contributor on the project, and see that would be nice, I think. Funny thing.
Interesting.
A cup, I don't know, but something that we can do over the years, so you can collect them and then show off when you want to marry a nice person. You say, hey, look at that, I have 3 Orchard contributor stars. You should marry me.
Actually, I think Ramon suggested last year that for this conference this year, there should be the amount of stars on your T-shirt, as many harvest conferences you have attended.
Yeah.
That's what he said, and it's a great idea, I think.
Yeah. You will win for sure. Again. Okay, let's see what all the ideas we have. We might also want to. We'll have to talk with Zoltan and Anton about that. If we can do a dynamic form to submit IDs, just to see, and we can talk about it during meetings to see if people like it or not. So if you have something to communicate, like these ideas, that would be interesting. Yeah, you did a pull request. Yeah, also translators, documentation, code commits. But this year, code commits will be Sipke. So maybe we don't want to do that. Too easy. Okay, let me check the sites. Recognition. Okay. Good. Or maybe we could name the medal Sipke, like we have the medal field. How do you say that, Bertrand? The fields medal. Fields. So the Sipke award would be for the contributor. I don't know, the whatever, the Benedek award for the what? For the translations or for the recordings? But he's the only one for the.
That's very nice, thank you.
Let's see. Best recorder, yeah, he will win his own prize.
I'm a historian.
Yeah. Any question about the harvest? Do people from the US intend to come? I don't know, Russell, you are in the US, I think. You asked for Spain.
Yes, I'm in Houston.
Houston, will you come? Usually we do the European one for the European people, but
I'm used to going to Asia, but Spain is new for me, and that's the reason why I was asking about the language, since I do not speak Spanish.
Well, they're used to handling English and German people in Spain. You won't be alone, don't worry. But it's also an occasion to visit the country, to stay longer before or after. It's nice weather, so at least go to Barcelona and visit Barcelona. It's not far away from Alicante. Yep. Okay. Oh, Gustavo, yes, you are in DC. Next year, Washington, no problem. you will help organize it. That's fine. Well, Washington might be a bit cold this time of the year. Let's see. Done with the harvest. Questions about open discussions? There was one. There is something we could talk about, which is 192. Yes, we should start thinking about 192. Are we waiting for something in 912? There are some open bugs that we need to fix first. Let me check. And we can say that once they have been resolved, we should be able to ship 192. See, high stones 19x. 4 bugs. This one might have already been high before, and maybe it has been fixed by the changes from the dialect thing. Import will create. So let's see. Search for content picker doesn't. So this one has to be fixed for sure. Making new translation content does not copy. This one has to be fixed too. This one is optional but should be fixed already. We can check. And import will create duplicate content if such is a draft. We have a pull request. We just need a unit test, or at least some testing to see if it doesn't break anything. But this should go in. Well, the 2 first should be fixed before we can ship. So as soon as we have fixed these ones, we can think about 192. 5535. Why is it interesting, Nedek? We have the solution.
Well, I did something similar for a client project, but it's not only copying values, but synchronizing fields between translated versions of content item.
Yeah,
but it's not a generic solution.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
this is not the issue. This is not the issue that I'm mentioning. It's a regression.
Oh.
The issue is that we used to pass the master item as the view model for a new translation, which means by default when you open the editor of a new translation, you will see the same values as the master item. And then when you just have to change in place the values to the new language. This is different. So this is a regression actually, which is easily fixed.
I see.
But yes, if you have some things to share, like synchronizing fields between translations, that will.
Okay, I'll think about it. We have a solution, but it's not a generic one, so it's specific to certain content and its fields. But yeah, I was thinking about creating a general solution for that for a while. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe for harvest.
If you want a release, please fix them. I know you are active. The gulp commit. Okay, so the gulp commit is a nice issue, interesting issue, because it's actually impacting existing releases like the 191, the 19x. They're impacted by the currently broken way gulp is used. So Daniel fixed it in dev apparently, and it's working fine. Jasmine, I think, tried it and liked it too. The issue with the current gulp feature is that if you open the solution in Visual Studio, in the current 191, Visual Studio will download all the npm packages in the modules folder, and then if you try to run the command line build, it will fail because the npm folder will be too long and break the file recursive list of the precompiled targets and break the precompiled target. So you have to delete these folders every time you want to run precompiled, and this is a pain. So I don't think we should have the gulp changes in 192 because it's a change which is too important. But we might want to at least remove the bindings from Visual Studio of the current on the current gulp files so that it doesn't run automatically but on demand, or that the precompiled command is deleting those files before. So these are two options we could do. What is a rimraf? Okay, that will delete everything? No. Okay. So whatever, we need a way to fix it in 191. I will bug for that because it's too important.
Hey, Sébastien, that's actually fixed
When?
in 102. I believe Daniel fixed that in one of his commits.
Okay. I have to taste it then, because it's a pain also for me. Okay, I'll check that then. Thank you. Okay, good. That's it. What was I talking about? Yeah. On Thursday, we'll talk about a TinyMC issue that Urban IT raised, which is that when you are using TinyMC, you don't have. I open a bug for that. C should not encode, so he made a blog post about it, explaining that when you use any weird character in your TinyMC, it will be encoded using the numbers. Like if you use a Greek char, lambda, it will be encoded like this. Okay, sorry, like this. And then when you edit the code itself, you don't understand what you wrote, even more in Greek. So the solution is actually to define. So my first question was, how does Drupal do it? And they discussed it with lots of explanation, and then they found a solution. So I think we'll do like the Drupal thing, and this should work also with Hungarian.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually not an issue usually, but it gets on if you want to process these strings in JavaScript.
Or like in the Drupal talk, they were mentioning that you type in TinyMC and then you go in the source code to edit something because you need to edit from source code, and you don't understand what you read because it's just numbers.
Yeah, that's painful.
And so if you're English, that's fine, you don't have this kind of chars. But if you're French, you see a bunch of them. If you're Greek, all of them are like this. So all your chars, even Russian, all your chars will be just numbers. So there is no way you can edit something with this. Yeah, so that's why. But there is a good solution in TinyMC, so we just need to change the defaults. Fine, good. Questions before we close the meeting? Russell, Japanese, Asian. Yeah, so we'll fix it soon. It will be in 192, I assume. Good, no more questions. Then see you on Thursday if you want to talk about it. And maybe there will be a request by then to pull. If we have the website ready before next week, we'll announce it. And that's it. Thanks everyone. See you on Thursday.
Good. See you then.
Hasta luego.
Bye everyone.